Welcome back to my kitchen. You guys, we are back to our regularly scheduled program in that we still trying to doctor up these box cake mixes, okay? Today we're going to do this Devil Foods cake by Duncan Hines. And with the chocolate cake mixes, this is my preference. I prefer the Devil's Food. Now you can just use the regular chocolate. I think there's a chocolate fudge maybe. But feel free to use whatever kind of chocolate cake mix that you like. Alright? Now we're going to use this Devil's Food chocolate cake mix. I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And you guys, I just use the white lily. Again, you can use whatever all-purpose flour you prefer. I tell you, I just be advertising for these folk and they don't be giving me no compensation. Ain't that terrible? Terrible. Okay. 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Then I'll be using 1 small box of the chocolate fudge Jell-O. Jell-O pudding mix. Okay, I was just checking to make sure that's not fat-free, honey. We want all the fat. I have 1 cup of sugar. We have ½ cup of melted unsalted butter that I have forgotten to get out of the microwave. But you guys, it's melted and it's not hot, okay? Because it's been sitting in there for a little while. Melted butter. 3/4 cups of sour cream. And you guys, my sour cream is also room temperature. We have 1/4 cup of oil. And I just use the Crisco oil. You can also, sometimes I use Great Value. It doesn't matter. Just a vegetable oil, whatever you want to use. 3 large eggs I've already cracked. They are room temperature. I have I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla, but you guys know I'm just going to pour it. I'm not measuring. We'll be using ½ teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to use 1½ cups of cold coffee. And I say cold because it's no longer hot. Not to mean that it's refrigerated cold, but it's just no longer hot. So I let it sit out to cool off. Okay? Now, we're going to bake 350 for about 30 minutes. I'm going to do 3-layer pans. You guys, if you're new, welcome. We are so glad you're here. These pans are so special to me. They were my mom's cake pans. So these cake pans are well over 50+ years, I'm sure. And I'll also be, you'll see them in a minute, but I use bake-even strips that I soak in water for about 5 minutes, and then I kind of wring them out a little bit so they'll be damp, and that helps. I'll wrap them around the edge of the pan. Again, you guys will see it, but that helps my cake layers to bake more evenly. And I guess they have some cake layer pans that kind of automatically help your cake layers bake even, but honey, these are sentimental to me. All right, now I'm gonna keep talking while I'm doing what I do. For those of you, you already know I've thoroughly washed my hands. Okay, don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just nasty. Now, as I was getting ready to say, for those of you who feel like, Miss Donna, listen, if you're going to be doing all of that, then you might as well just bake a cake from scratch. But y'all, I keep saying, scratch baked cakes intimidate some people. I'm not going to use my big mixer. I'm getting ready to use my hand mixer. We're going to dump everything in the bowl, if you will, and mix for about 2 minutes. That's it. So, in my opinion, if I can have a box cake, and I'm going to bring you guys over here once I start mixing, or maybe even before I start mixing, we'll see. But we're just going to dump everything in the bowl. But if I have a box cake that I can mix up, and it's going to taste more homemade. And some people even like the taste of bakery style cakes. I know some of you say, honey, I don't want no cake taste like no bakery. I want it to taste homemade. But at the end of the day, if you can make a box cake taste better, and it takes away that anxiety that you feel making a cake from scratch, or it takes away the long process, because with this, we're not creaming butter and sugar. Sure, there are a lot of ingredients that we have to add, but it's a lot of ingredients that you have to add when you bake from scratch. But with these ingredients, we're just dumping everything in, and then it only takes a couple of minutes to mix it up, you guys. So for me, hey, I just think that's easy peasy. And again, for those who are intimidated, it's easy peasy for them. Okay, so y'all listen. Don't be hating on the box cake mixes. I'm going to go on and put my ½ teaspoon. Y'all see it's hard for me to talk and do what I need to do. I better focus on what I'm doing. I'm going to go on and add my ½ teaspoon of salt to my bowl. Let's see. We're going to go on and add our chocolate fudge Jell-O to the bowl. So you guys, that's the thing. Do what works for you. And I enjoy doing this. Thank you guys so much for the suggestion. For those of you that give me different suggestions about cakes. Because this has kind of switched it up from my pound cakes. Now, I'm going to go back to my pound cakes here and there. But, y'all, I have so many pound cake videos out there. I'm sure you can find something to look at if you don't like these box cake mix videos. Alright. We're just going to mix that up just a little bit. I'm going to go on and put my 1 cup of sugar in here. So y'all just go with the flow, okay? Like I say, no creaming. You don't have to worry about your, I'm going to add my 3/4 cups of sour cream. And y'all tell me, I've never experienced a layer cake falling. I don't know, can that happen? But I've never experienced it. So, again, for those people who really struggle with trying to bake from scratch and trying to do these little box cake hacks and fix your cake. And I promise you, honey, as long as it tastes good, that's all that matters, all right? Here are 3 eggs. We're going to break up these yolks just a little bit. Y'all, look how easy this is. I'm just putting everything in the bowl. We're not creaming and setting timers and trying to make sure you don't over mix and making sure you don't under mix. Listen. Here's our butter. And y'all can see I have no rhyme or reason as to how I'm putting this in this bowl. Because I declare, I sure forgot I had my 1 cup of flour sitting back here in the corner. Y'all, it don't even matter. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Don't even matter. Do I have everything? Oh, everything but my coffee. We're adding our coffee. Look, we just dumping it all in, y'all. I love it. Y'all, you can't get no easier than this. We're doing our vanilla, about a tablespoon or more. Is that everything? I've got my cake mix, my flour, my sugar, put my butter in. I did my sour cream, my oil, my eggs, my vanilla, my salt, my coffee. Y'all, we're ready to get this cake mixed up. Look, just that easy. And you guys see how I just put all of those ingredients in here. No particular order. We just kind of dumped them in the bowl. I'm going to take about 2 minutes to mix this up to make sure everything is thoroughly mixed. And just that quick, we're going to be ready to pour these cakes, this cake batter in the pans and get them baked. Okay, now after I get through with my hand mixer, I like to go back in because it doesn't always mix everything really good. That's kind of on the sides. So I just go back in with my little silicone spatula and scrape up under the bottom and go back around the sides to make sure everything is thoroughly mixed. Okay? Alright. And you guys, I didn't mention, y'all know I don't like icing in cakes. So I'm going to do a white chocolate ganache. I purchased my chocolate wafers from my local cake supplier here. It's called Kitchen Cake Magic. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a website or anything, but this is where I get my wafers from because I know some of you are going to ask. But y'all, this is the best. It's the best chocolate and it melts so easy. So my thought process is to, when I do my layers, the ganache in between, maybe have it kind of thick, and then once I stack my layers, maybe kind of loosen the ganache up so I can pour it. It kind of glazes over, leaving some of the cake exposed. We're gonna see. Y'all got me doing these cake hacks, which means I'm having ice in these cakes, and y'all already know I'm a glazed girl. Y'all know that. I was making sure I had on the right apron that said glazed girl. Okay, now in the meantime, I've thoroughly sprayed my cake pans with Baker's Joy. Okay, and this is my, they're called Bake Even cake strips. And you guys, I didn't even know these existed until a sweet YouTube subscriber family member sent these to me. And like I said, the only thing I do, I'm going to lift them back up. I'm trying to get it back on. Let me show you guys. Ooh, they are damp because I had them soaking in water. And then you just wrap them around, and then you can adjust them with the, you know, slide it to tighten it to fit around your cake pan. Y'all, that's amazing. So that's what I'm using. I oftentimes also say that when I put my cake in my cake pans, I know I probably need to use a measuring cup and measure it to make sure my layers are even or the same size. But y'all, I don't usually do that. Oh, but I should. Because sometimes I have a layer that's a little thicker than the other. But it's okay. Like I say, it's not that serious to me. I bake for content for you guys. I don't have a home baking business. I don't sell my cakes. So I don't care if there's a cake layer that's thicker than the other one. I promise you, my dude number one, aka my husband, and all of my family and his co-workers will have their lips wrapped around some cake, regardless of whether or not all these layers are even. But if you do have a home-based business or just a bakery, well, not just a bakery, if you have a home-based business or a bakery, you might want to make sure your cake layers are even. Just makes your cake look better, right? Okay, trying to get all of this out of here as much as I can. That way I won't have so much left to eat. Y'all eat raw cake batter? I do. I love it. Love, love, love it. Always have. Okay. Alright, so we're going to just spread these out. Try to spread them and get them as level as I can. That looks like it needs a little bit more. My oven is ready. Again, it's preheated to 350 degrees. And we're going to bake at least 30 minutes, you guys. At least 30 minutes. Okay. All right. And when I put these in the oven, let me put a little bit more in this first one. When I put these in the oven, you're going to hear my little cake even strips sizzle, because again they are wet. Okay, let's see. All right. Okie dokie. I think we're ready. I usually bake with my cakes on my middle rack in the oven. In the middle of my oven, I adjust my racks where one is in the middle. Okay, so y'all hear that sizzle? Okie dokie. Close the oven, lady, before you let all the heat out. Okay, we're going to set our timer for 30 minutes, and then I'll be back and let you know exactly how long these cake layers baked. All right, you guys, we baked 30 minutes. Look at him. He a little lopsided. Y'all see him? I told y'all. I be needing to measure out these cake layers. Y'all, this gonna be another one of those tall cakes like that lemon cake was. So okay, so we're gonna cool for a good little while because they need to be totally cool before we add the ganache. So I'll make the ganache after these have cooled. I'm getting ready to make my ganache. I've already flipped my cake layers out. So here's one. And I'm going to start with, I guess, about a cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm just going to put it in my saucepan here. My burner is on medium high. And I want this heavy whipping cream to get hot. You do not want it to boil, but I want it to get hot. So once it gets hot and starts to, like right before that boil stage, I'm going to add my white chocolate wafers. Ooh, this is so good. And then, like I said, I just want to the chocolate is so good by itself, y'all. I'm not even gonna put anything else in it. So now I have to figure out how I'm gonna let's see, do my cake layers, because I told you one of them looks a little wonky. Well, it looks like maybe one of them. Let me see. This is the one that's most level. But this one here, you see this side is a little higher than this side. And then, let's see what this one is looking like. It's okay. This side over here is a little bit higher, I think, than this side. So, I don't know, maybe if I smush it down a little bit. So we're just going to start by putting one on our plate. And then as this heats up, we're just going to add some chocolate. Maybe I should have put the crooked one first. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter, huh? Okay, so we're just now starting to kind of move a little bit like we want to bubble. So we're going to turn it off. Can you guys see me? Let me let you down just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. So we are really hot, but not boiling. I'm gonna need more than a cup of these wafers. So this is about a cup and a half. I'm probably gonna need about all of them really, but we'll see. And they're just gonna melt. And since this burner is still warm, I just put it back over here on the burner. It is turned off, but it's gonna help my chocolate melt even more. And I'm just going to keep stirring until I get all of those chocolate wafer lumps out of it, okay? Okay, you see how creamy and smooth that is. So I'm just going to put a little bit on here. Save some for the top. So of course you can go on and make your icing. That way it can be really thick. Well, not necessarily thick, but you know, you can get a lot of coverage with your icing. But I didn't want to do an icing. I wanted to do this ganache. And then any extra that I have, kind of just let it drizzle down the sides. About the closest I'm going to be able to get to doing a glaze. Okay. And the top layer. Alright, this is a Duncan Hines Devil's Food box cake that we doctored up and added a white chocolate ganache.
See my bedroom shoes.
Huh?
See my bedroom shoes.
They're not in your room? It is time. They're not in the room? You sure? Y'all had to pull out the big knife this time.
What is this?
And this cake.
I want to know that, baby. I'm scared.
Cake. And y'all, I ended up using, I had to pull out my Ghirardelli white chocolate chips. I'm sorry that you guys see that good. To add to my chocolate wafers. What you behind me doing?
You're not doing nothing, I promise. Hey, everybody.
Because it wasn't enough, y'all.
How y'all doing?
So, okay. Why are you looking like that?
Is this? It looks like. Hold on, don't tell me. It looks like it's devil.
Like you already know what it is.
What is it? Devil food.
Okay, you can't eat this big piece. Now, this is gonna be different in that it's not like it's a whole lot of. Oh, that's pretty.
What is it?
Cake.
Why do that, man? We just.
Okay. You wait on me to get your fork.
I'm trying to figure out what it is. It seems like I don't see it. It's pretty. It looks like it's one of those cake contest type cakes.
A cake contest.
I mean, I guess the thing, like when you go to drizzle, that they call.
Oh, that's what you talking about, the little extra stuff I did on the top. Look, y'all. And
what is it?
I'm not even gonna get the back corner, y'all. How about that? And I know you're not a big.
Chocolate.
Yeah, he's not a big chocolate eater, but that's good. And it's, you know how I would describe it. Get some with the, because that's white chocolate on the top of it.
So more chocolate.
But it's it's moist and it's fluffy. Ain't it fluffy? Oh yeah, that's good. This is another box cake doctor up.
It's very moist.
That's good. That is really good, y'all. Look at him like he's trying to dissect it.
No, it's really.
Ain't it good?
It is really moist.
Okay, does it taste coffee-ish?
I don't drink coffee, so I wouldn't know what coffee tastes like.
You would know, because you're right, you don't drink coffee, but it has like a cup. Is it a cup?
You put a cup of coffee in here?
A cup and a half of coffee. It just enhances the chocolate.
You trying to make me addicted to coffee?
No, the point I'm trying to make is that you can't taste
coffee.
You can't tell that it has coffee in it.
I can tell you right now, if I knew what coffee tastes like, I could tell you it wouldn't taste like
Y'all,
coffee.
this is good. And that the ganache is so, the fact that it has the white chocolate ganache is so creamy and smooth. It's just different than an icing.
It is. Isn't
it? Y'all, that's good. Can you move to the right? To the right, to the right, to the right, because then I can get my letters up there. Yeah, that's good. It is delicious. Would you say it's delicious?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't eat chocolate. You say I can.
Yeah, he's not a chocolate for you. Not to be a chocolate eater. Wait a minute, I'm trying to get a good
But it don't taste like chocolate. Like that. I mean. Why don't it taste like chocolate?
What you mean? It's good. What you mean? The cake doesn't taste like chocolate?
Yeah, it's good.
Probably because it's chocolate and it's flour. So when you do the doctored up box cake hacks, you like this one. There's the box cake mix, and then it was a cup of flour added to it, and then chocolate pudding.
Oh, that's what it is. Pudding. That's what I taste.
Okay, the chocolate pudding.
That's what I taste.
Okay.
I mean, it don't taste, but it don't taste chocolate. But I can taste a pudding.
It's not like your typical.
That's what it is. That smoothness, like a pudding.
It is. It's light, fluffy.
It is.
But the cake is not too chocolatey.
That's exactly the point I keep making it.
Yeah. This is good.
No, that's really good. I mean,
I
don't eat chocolate like that, guys. I really don't. But this does not taste like chocolate. You know when you eat a cake or something that tastes like a brownie? Mm-hmm. You know, it don't taste nothing like that. It's almost...
That's good. Let me tell y'all something. We own something with these doctored up
you know what?
cakes.
It's almost deceiving. Because as big as the piece is, it don't taste like you're eating. It don't taste like you're eating because it's so fluffy.
It's so fluffy. Y'all, this is good. And you see, I didn't sift. I just put the ingredients in the bowl. So my thing is, I know, again, like some people say, you adding all that extra stuff, you might as well do a cake from scratch. No. I mean, I'm not going to stop doing cakes from scratch, but I'm just saying, using a box cake and then doctoring it up,
this is really, really
although
good.
it was a lot of extra stuff you add to it to doctor it up, you just throw it all in a bowl and mix it up, and it has a wonderful taste.
Okay, let me ask.
I mean, so to me, it's worth all of the...
Let me ask you, your icing,
adding,
it's not ice, what is it?
It's not, that's basically melted chocolate. You know how I have my wafers?
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to add some of these chocolates to it, but this is just the chocolate with a little bit of heavy whipping cream. I didn't add any extracts, flavorings to it at all. I just melted the chocolate and poured it over it. It seems like we need to have some vanilla ice cream with this.
Exactly. You know what? The point I'm making is this.
Delicious.
It's almost like cheating your brain. You're looking at chocolate. It seems like it's supposed to have a strong chocolate taste, but it does not.
And even with, I'm surprised because I was wondering if I was going to have enough ganache on the inside. Listen, if you are intimidated to bake a cake, pound cake from scratch, whatever, please try some of these box cake hacks because it's delicious. And when you think about holiday time, when those of us that cook and you're cooking a whole lot and you're baking a whole lot, it's all good. Let me tell you something. We celebrate our differences over here. If that's not what you want to do, that's fine. But for those of you who are curious, y'all give it a try. Somebody had mentioned too, me doing the devil's food or the chocolate cake with the white icing. One of our YouTube family members mentioned that, and I can't remember who it was. But
I'll tell you what, for me not to
the only difference you need to do is make a white icing. Y'all, this is delicious. Okay? All right. Well, let's on to the next one. I'm not sure what we're going to do next, but y'all stay tuned. Thank you all so much for your suggestions. Let me say this too. I probably need to peep at Facebook. You guys, I When I go to Facebook, I share the video that I've just shared on YouTube. And that's pretty much it. I go to my Beautiful Too page and do that on Facebook. I probably need to get better about doing the comments and stuff, but I really don't check the comments, like the messages. If you all would please, you would have a better chance getting a response if you leave a comment on the video. And sometimes I can't get to all of them because all of those comments because there's so many of you guys. So, but I try. But I just, again, it's pretty much,
I don't eat chocolate.
it's just hard for me to get to everybody because there's so many. And with me trying to do as many videos as I can, by the time I do one video and comment on that and upload another video, is new comments, and then people are commenting on videos from years and years ago, so it's not like I'm just getting comments on the most recent video. So please, you know, I'm sorry if you guys feel like I'm ignoring you, but I'm one person. I just can't get to everybody. So you would have a better chance of possibly getting a response or me seeing your comment or suggestion for a cake if you leave a comment on the YouTube video. Okay?
And let me say to you guys, I don't eat chocolate.
You're not a chocolate eater.
And you say, well, when you keep eating this chocolate, well, it don't taste like chocolate. That's the point I keep making. It don't taste like chocolate.
That is good. Okay, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. Turn on that notification bell.
I'm not eating no more. And hit the nosy.
There we go. That's that notification bell. When you turn it on, it shakes. That's that shake something. Shake something. Shake something.
I won't eat no more.
We already look forward. You have eaten the whole piece of cake, Mr. I don't eat chocolate.
I don't eat chocolate, but it don't taste like chocolate.
It's good. Please try it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again. What'd you say?
They call it ganache.
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 Next time. Bye. Say bye.
I don't eat chocolate.
You say I don't eat chocolate one more time. Say bye.
Bye.